We are going to be sailing 1,100 miles, and that's a lot. And we're going to be relatively close to shore the whole time, but multiple different countries, but we still need to be safe. So let's show you what we got.
My name's Billy, this is Sierra, and our pup Jetty. This is our home. Her name is Adrenaline. We decided normal lifestyle isn't quite right for us, so we've been living an unconventional but fulfilling life of challenge and adventure. Be sure to subscribe below and hop on board.
Are you ready? Okay, we just took Jetty on a walk. This morning I hopped in and gave the bottom one last scrub. We said our goodbyes to our dear friends, Bo and Brandy. And we just said goodbye to our good friends, Candy and Tim, but they're going to be leaving right at the same time as us, so we should be able to see each other. On the way home, we got our final weather report. Some people decided to stay and wait till next week because the wind can be a little light, but we're gonna go anyways. I think that's all we have. Hey. Our other friends, Tom and Laura, just came by and gave us a little treat for our sail, so they're so sweet. And then we will say our last goodbye to our friends, Steve and Karen and Riley. And that's our neighborhood. We have officially said bye to everyone. Tom and Lori just dropped off these super sweet energy bites, so we have some snacks out there. And also this beautiful little pendant. They say it's called the Turkish Evil Eye, and it protects the owner from evil spirits and the jealousy of others. They even drew our little boat. People are so nice. I can't even believe it.
Heading out. Getting some new lures on our rods. Sierra got me some really nice lures for Christmas that we just got when we were in St. Martin. We just got all our mail and everything. Here's our old lure that worked pretty good for us, but it's getting pretty chewed up. And putting on one of these suckers. I don't know what you call them. Feather? You call it a feather? And then over here we have a monster rubber flying fish. We got one of those things from Walmart. You got it like 4 or 5 years ago, and that was by far our most successful lure, by far. Almost solely with mahi, probably, right?
Yeah, I haven't been able to find the exact one since, but I found some on Amazon. This one's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that one's pretty big.
But we also have a smaller red one, so we'll see.
Cross your fingers, guys. I'm feeling very lucky on this trip. I think we're gonna get a lot of fish.
The next topic we want to talk to you about on day one of our offshore sail back to Florida is safety. So we are going to be sailing 1,100 miles.
We'll probably end up sailing a bit more than that just because we have to jibe and things like that.
And that's a lot. And we're going to be relatively close to shore the whole time, but multiple different countries. But we still need to be safe. So let's show you what we got.
Well, I guess we got our automatic inflating PFDs from Onyx. These are the Onyx A33s. And they sent us these a few years ago, which is awesome. They've been working really great for us. We just have a whistle on each one. We also have our Weems and Plath Crew Watcher, Bluetooth man overboard. It's a great budget solution for a man overboard device. Obviously not like a sole safety thing. It's just another step of being safe. We would never depend on something like this, but again, just another step of being safe. And we did a test video on that and everything. Another option for like man overboard device is a AIS man overboard device. We don't have AIS on this boat right now, so that's not an option for us. So these are, yeah, they're nice and small and compact. They don't get in the way when you're wearing them. And then if you do get them submerged in the water, they automatically inflate, and we did a test on that with Sierra when we were testing the Crew Watcher. But yeah, they just zip up, and then we have our little harness loops here And when we're alone and leaving the cockpit, we always clip in to our tether, and our tether is attached by a soft shackle onto our Dyneema jack lines, and our tether is Dyneema as well. It's all 1/4-inch Dyneema. Super strong stuff. Yeah, that runs all the way up to the front of the boat. I really like that. I really like this system. It's Dyneema, super strong. The soft shackle allows it to slide on the jack line really easy without like banging all over the deck and everything like that. And then we do keep the metal clip on the other end of the tether, and that just makes it really easy and quick to tether in or tether out of, from the PFD. And we have one of these tethers on each side, and they just stay there, so they're always attached to the jack line on each side. We also have another tether permanently attached to the mast. So we have to do a lot of mast work. I'll tether in, walk up to the mast, clip into the one on the mast, and then unclip from the one on the jack line, and that way I'm tied into the mast if we have to raise or lower a sail by ourselves. We got our ditch kit, our life sail floating ditch kit. With our ocean signal EPIRB on it, and God forbid we ever have to leave the boat, this thing actually floats on its own, and then it's got all our supplies in it: food, compass, signaling mirror, flares, sunscreen, spare VHF, bunch of stuff in there. And then our EPIRB, God forbid we ever have to call for a mayday, hopefully never have to use it. I would.
We also filed a float plan with our family, and the float plan includes where we left from, where we're going, when we expect to be there, the route we're taking, our tracking information, all of our EPIRB information. So worst case scenario, if our family loses contact with us, we don't make it back in time, they have to notify the Coast Guard. They'll give them this float plan, and now the Coast Guard has our EPIRB serial number, what kind of boat, what exactly it looks like, so they know how to find us. And we actually have that as a page on our website, so it's super easy to find for our family. We just send them the link. It's a hidden page, and yeah, they can just send that on its merry way if it ever needs to be in use. We are currently using our inreach to track and send points to our family. This is what it looks like. One of our very, very kind patrons actually sent it to us, so again, thank you for that. This tracker is not only sending a whole link to our families, and we can send preset messages or messages we create, but it's also sending tracking links to the Salty Dog Rally, and they are putting all of the boats' links together and showing all of our courses on one page. So that's awesome, so our families can see who's around us and make sure we're not totally alone. Jetty's life jacket is not on at the moment because she is inside the cockpit, but if it gets rough at all, she will either be going inside or that life jacket will be on. It's just super, super hot right now, so that wouldn't be fair. If you're wondering what we were going to eat for lunch on our first day out at sea, we got some Cajun style beans and rice from our good friend Candy and Tim. They brought us over some containers that we could eat underway. Super, super sweet. I'm excited. 'Cause I like the way when you're around in the morning, and I love the way that we fit out when it gets bored. Hello folks, welcome to watch number 1, day 1. My watch is from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. and I am listening to a podcast called Serial about a murder that they're trying to figure out. And I have a little bit of a storm I'm watching, but besides that, nothing much going on. I can see Tim and Candy barely way back there with their green spinnaker, so that's cool. That's all that's going on, really. Meal number 2, dinner, more beans and rice. Thank you, Tim and Candy, back there. Woo-hoo.
about 23 hours since we left. We've done about 120 miles, so kind of slow, but it's been all right for being like straight downwind, and for the wind being kind of light. It's been 10 to 15 knots the whole time, a little bit lighter at times, and for the most part able to keep the sails full. We had to take down the mainsail for a bit because it just got so light that it was just bouncing around, shaking the whole rig and everything, but just put that back up. So cruising along now at around 5 knots. But it's nice sailing overall. It's downwind, we're with all the waves and chop and wind and current and everything, and we haven't really seen too much yet. We saw a bunch of birds yesterday evening and no other boats. We had our friends Ohana, they left just a little bit after us, so we could see them all afternoon yesterday, and I don't see them again today yet, but I have a feeling they're gonna catch us as soon as the wind gets too light to sail. We're gonna motor one engine at a time pretty slow for 4 to 4.5 knots probably, and yeah, they might catch us at that. We're just gonna keep hoping for wind, but so far so good. Just still trying to catch back up on sleep. 5 hours off and 5 hours on seems to be working pretty good. It feels like you get a significant amount of sleep rather than just like 2 or 3 hours on, 2 or 3 hours off. And it was kind of tough to stay awake last night, the last 2 hours, but not too bad. I think it's worth it. So we'll see how the end of this shift is. If I'm not too tired and then I get a whole nother 5 hours of sleep, it's gonna be great.
We got some sea life coming over. I don't know if they're big dolphins or pilot whales or what. It might be pilot whales. They look bigger than dolphins. And they're moving slower than, yeah, they're way bigger than dolphins, I think. Wow.
I don't know where they went. I went downstairs to get the drone and I lost them. Dang it.
Right now it is 1 p.m. on day 2. Nothing super exciting has happened yet. Had a bagel with cream cheese for breakfast, went back to sleep. We had a fish on, but we lost it before we could even start reeling. Had cheese and crackers for lunch. Now I'm listening to music. Finished all the podcasts I downloaded already. So yeah, that's about it. I am in absolute and utter shock. That thing was huge, and we had it right on the swim platform. Oh my gosh.
Ah, fudge! Dang it! Are you kidding me? Ah!